The Democrats are at another crossroads. Today's Michigan Senate primary is a big stress test for the party's left flank, who've seen a summer of socialist success. Moderate Haley Stevens thinks closing with a little stick-it-to-'em energy could seal the deal, while progressive Abdul El Sayed thinks hitting up a pool party with Hassan Piker and a crowd of influencers is what voters are craving.
Like our party, if you look at what happened with Trump, you had a whole bunch of center-right people realize that they had no home in the party that they destroyed. And then they all came to our party and trying to tell us what our party ought to be. Part of me is like, why does anybody still listen to James Carville? He said one smart thing once, which he seems to have forgotten, which is, it's the economy, stupid.
Oh, yay, the team, the interns, the volunteers. There they all are. I'm proud of you kids. I'm not salty grapes, you know. I've been joyous, excited, enthusiastic, doing this the Michigan way. Maybe instead of being with Mr. Piker, you know, if he ends up winning the nomination, maybe he'll come with me and hear from some of the small businesses who don't want this extreme politics coming into our state.
And looking ahead to next week's primary, the socialist who wants to become Wisconsin's new governor, Francesca Hong, was on CNN last night. And she could not just flat out say no when asked why she once called for Thanksgiving to be canceled.
Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I'm a chef, and one of the first meals that I made that was for the community when I was sick.
They all fake talking by the pool.
Yeah, no. What is with the? I'm not going to say Democrat because I don't want to insult Jessica because she's authentic. But what is with the fakeness of the? Who talks like this? You look this way, and I'll look this way, and we'll talk with the sunglasses on. It's just there. It's such a work, and not having the ability to stand by what you say. How dare you besmirch Thanksgiving? Okay, that is the one holiday that is there for me. Christmas is about the kids. Every other Thanksgiving is my day, and it's the one holiday where you share with your neighbors. The whole precipice was, if it wasn't for Thanksgiving, the Pilgrims wouldn't have made it, because the Native Americans on the Mammoth stolen land came down and they shared a cornucopia, which is, you only say that during Thanksgiving, to bring us together, to exchange differences and make sure everybody eats. And you want to attack Thanksgiving? Where do you draw the line?
I think that she would have preferred that the Pilgrims not survive. Right?
No, because you wouldn't be here.
Point?
This white privilege is gone. It was completely gone, because it's just, if you're white now, they're hoping you didn't make it in the storm. Like, this is in back in the day, which, by the way, I believe you have a biracial child whose father is Caucasian.
Well, she said that does make her. She says it increases her proximity to whiteness.
My proximity to whiteness right now was unbelievable. and I'm okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm fine. But this nonsense, you know what this really is, though, Dana? This all comes down to, I think, the reason why these people get opportunities to run for office is because this isn't America, and this is not how everyone thinks at all.
Jesse, El Sayed might have some momentum here, and he doesn't want to just lead a movement, he wants a revolution.
Well, he might win. And the polls show he's going to beat this stocky white woman who used to work for Barack Obama. She's got this kind of aw-shucksy underdog attitude, like she's stuck in another time. I don't think she's going to cut it. He's got momentum. He's got an attitude. He doesn't apologize. Got a little bit of a following. I see him everywhere. I look online. He's always in my face. So he's probably going to win the primary. But then, does he win the general? Now, if a commie can win a general election in a swing state, Democrats are going to wet the bed. I don't think he can pull it off, though, because blacks don't like him. He's going to be the first Muslim senator out of Michigan. They have a lot of big industries there: automotive, defense, agriculture, healthcare. He doesn't talk their language. They're not going to help him out one bit. And then Hong hates every holiday. She hates Christmas. She says that Thanksgiving's a painful time for her community. She's Korean. What is she talking about? She says she doesn't like fireworks, so I guess she doesn't like the 4th of July. She says she's not a fan of Valentine's Day. It's too capitalistic, and she's divorced. I assume she doesn't like Columbus Day. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that. I think we're now down to Juneteenth. That's where we are. I don't see how this woman can win either.
Don't forget May 1st. That's Labor Day. That's like the, what is it?
Oh,
That's
this
like
is
Communism
Cinco de
Day.
Mayo. Let's not forget
But
that.
I'm with Tyrus.
Interesting about the Michigan race is that Haley Stevens is actually quite a progressive person. The big difference between El Sayed and Haley Stevens is that she's not willing to throw Israel under the bus. The big difference maker is Israel. And every time you hear an interview with him, he's talking about AIPAC. And all of his supporters talk about AIPAC money and corporate. It's so interesting. And for Democrats, especially like Chuck Schumer, they want a big tent, but they're going to let this guy come into the party and support him and endorse him?
It will become a question of what do you want more, the seat or accepting the person? And Stevens' candidacy, I think, is the most that AIPAC has spent on any race. Haley Stevens also represents the largest Jewish community in Michigan. And the way that she talks about grieving with that community, working tirelessly and with the administration to make sure that the hostages came back, it comes from an authentic place where clearly her constituents would feel abandoned by their representative if she turned around and started saying Israel's committing a genocide and I don't want to take these dollars. It is, and AIPAC is an encapsulation of it because of the Israel angle, but this is also about taking corporate money versus people that are funding from grassroots donations. And there are a lot of more moderate Democrats that are also eschewing corporate donations at this point, because when you talk to a younger voter out there, it's one of the top things that they say, that you can't be beholden to any corporation. AIPAC has a special place in this, but it is a big
You can only be
issue.
beholden to the government.
Yeah. Well, one thing I wanted to say about this race that's interesting is that they're both out at work, Tim. What happened in Harlem with Espelade and Chevalier. Again, there was a generational difference. That is not the case here. So these are two people who are excited about getting a bigger job, moving the party forward, but in two vastly different directions. And that's what really stands out to me about why this race matters and is distinct from other ones.
Emily, I talked to a Democrat friend who said that what he believes that what the party really needs is for boomer Democrats to retire so that this younger generation that includes moderates could move up. And if they don't do that, they're likely going to lose to these DSA candidates.
Yeah, and interestingly, I think we see a split in either the boomer or just simply the older generation, whether they have advocated for those DSA candidates or said, this isn't what we stand for, actually. And we are not anti-Semites, and you can have hesitations about Zionism or Israel, but please don't burn down synagogues. There's only been a couple people that have actually said that in that generation. I think that's what makes the rest of us feel so disgusted by them, right? Rep Gottenheimer here in New York just recently came out and essentially drew that line. I think it's a little bit too little too late. I think the Democrat Party has been quite obvious that they've been willing to concede any type of what started with behavior. Insert Eric Swalwell. Oh, no problem. National secrets, whatever. Oh, molesting everyone, no problem, whatever. Because blue is blue. And the problem is that the eye of the needle got a lot bigger because then it started to spread, and now it is encompassing ideology. So because people like Schumer kept their mouth shut, because people like Stevens, and then Al-Sayed, it's just representing, just not holding back at all. We are going to straight up burn down synagogues. No, Israel should not be a state. If you're a Jewish person in front of me, I'll probably punch you in the face. I mean, it is horrifying to me. And guys, here's the thing. Think about what happened in 2018. Now Governor Whitmer trounced him. 22 points. Timing is everything. So what changed? I think, number one, we've heard from some voters there that say, well, Trump won again. That's the difference. Now we have to do everything we can to stop him. But the second thing is, since then, obviously COVID, but with social media, with the unchecked Democrat embrace of anti-Semitism and blaming AIPAC for everything, including a lot of influential podcasters that have swept up those momentum of a lot of the Catholic young people, a lot of Christian young people, a lot of disenfranchised men who now think that the way forward is either not voting or making sure that you vote against any type of Jewish candidate. But to your point, if you put them head to head, so right now Al-Sayed is beating Haley Stevens, but Mike Rogers is beating him solidly. So as GOP, go ahead. I hope he wins, because thankfully, I think Michigan will right the ship in the general.
I think that remains to be seen. It's hard to stop a freight train.
I just think people aren't voting.
Fox News, officially the Fox News Channel or FNC, is an American multinational conservative news and political commentary television channel and website based in New York City. It is owned by Fox Corporation and is one of the most watched cable news networks in the United States. Key details. Launch. Founded in October 1996 by media mogul Rupert Murdoch and former CEO Roger Ailes to appeal to a conservative audience. Content. Features a mix of breaking news reporting during the day and prominent conservative opinion and commentary programs in the evening, such as Hannity, The Ingraham Angle, and Jesse Waters Primetime, alongside morning shows like Fox and Friends. Political alignment. Widely recognized for its conservative viewpoint and its alignment with the Republican Party and conservative policy positions. platforms, broadcasts via cable and satellite television, and offers digital content through its website, mobile app, streaming services like Fox Nation and Fox News International, and multiple podcasts.